Good morning. This is yummy. I drink tea. I used to drink coffee, but I'll tell you why I stopped in a minute. So, good morning. My name is Deborah, and I am coming to you from the northeastern part of the United States, where it is a chilly 12-ish degrees. We're supposed to get snow today, so it's a little too chilly, I think, for snow, but we'll see. Something like 1 to 3 inches. But so this is my first YouTube vlog. I thought that I would try and vlog just a little bit every day. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but oops, my mother is messaging me. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I just haven't got the time or the mind space or the, I don't know, bravery, I guess. So I am a stay-at-home grandmother. I am a kinship carer, which means that I have either custody or guardianship of one or more minor children in my family, whether it be grandchildren, a niece or a nephew. And you're going to find that I ramble a lot, so I apologize. This is my first go at it, and I'm going to say a lot. I'm going to try not to, but it's going to happen. So, I digress. I'm a stay-at-home grandmother. I do have guardianship of my 2 grandsons, ages 13 and 8. I've had them since 2014 when they were taken from their mom. And it's been quite the journey. So I guess a lot of the reason why I would like to do this is because I have not been able to find in my own community a group of kinship carers that I can connect with. And that's been something that has been very needed for me from the very start. And although I am quite the introvert, so going out and meeting other people kind of isn't in my wheelhouse, but I would like to go out of my bubble, out of my comfort zone, so that I can connect with people. And I thought this would be a good way to do it. You know, just to let people know what I do. And if any of you are watching, then, you know, we can connect and share stories. And I would love to do that. So if anyone watching this video is a kinship carer and wants to connect with me, I have an email. It's the best way to get a hold of me is probably through my email at debhulser, all lowercase, DEBHULSER @yahoo.com. I am on Instagram, but I'm not on there a lot, so I'm not gonna mention it here because I rarely check it. So email is the best way to get a hold of me, or just a little message down below on YouTube. And I don't often check my messages on YouTube, but now that I'm starting this, I will try to be more conscious of that and leave myself a note every day. I am a note taker. I have sticky notes everywhere, and that's how I do things. So if you see me occasionally looking down, I'm looking at my notes. The other reason I wanted to do this is because I love to knit and crochet. My first love right now is definitely knitting. I used to crochet. I started out crocheting when I was probably about 11 or 12. And up until about 4 years ago, I was just looking at knitting. I kept seeing knitting patterns that were so beautiful, and I love the fabric. Even though I love to crochet, there were a lot of things that I didn't like about crochet fabric that I loved in knit fabric. And so I just finally took the plunge, and I never looked back. So I absolutely love knitting. I'm also a portrait artist in pencil, and that's been something that I've been able to do since I can remember, probably kindergarten. I really haven't done a lot lately, which is a shame because you get kind of rusty if you don't keep it up. And I was just commissioned to do a portrait after probably 20 years of not drawing. And so I've got to start practicing so that I can get back into it, and make this person happy. So we are a God-fearing family here as well, and so you might hear me talk about my Bible readings, which is something I'm going to do after I finish here. And we don't go to church because of COVID, so that's something that I connect with on Zoom and do that on Sundays, which in the Bible is considered the first day of the week. I occasionally also dye yarn. I do have a lot of my own dyed yarn. I'm working on getting it put up, like a shop update on Etsy, but stay tuned for that because I'm getting there. It's a lot of work to from beginning to end to posting it, or having a shop update. It's something that, like my crafting, I have to do in spades because I have a lot of responsibility taking care of the two boys, and I do it on my own. I'm single, and I have been doing it on my own since I got them. What else? Should we get on with the knitting stuff? Because really that's what this is all about, is knitting and knitting content, and just showing you what I'm up to with that, or maybe some other crafty things, and telling you about my crazy days with my grandsons. So yeah, let's get going. First, we'll talk about knitting. So I have a lot of, it's wintertime. So I also have been diagnosed with heart failure. Just recent. That's a new thing for me. I have a lot of health issues that I want to talk about now, maybe in another video. But so my feet get cold a lot. And I have seen a lot of slipper patterns, and I've bought a lot of slipper patterns. I've downloaded them, I printed them, but I've never made them. And this kept coming up on my YouTube and my Instagram feed, and I kept seeing it, and I went and I looked at the pattern, and it looked so simple. And I don't know, I felt like I just needed something squishy and simple. So I found this slipper pattern by Temple of Knit, and maybe a lot of you know about this. They're done in worsted weight yarn, so they're super quick, and there's hardly any shaping at all, and half of it is in garter stitch, and the only shaping you do is at the toe. So here they are. Yeah, I have fallen down the Simple House Slippers rabbit hole and have made, let's see, I've got this pair. I've made mine into different colors. So I've got this pair. They open at the top. You knit in flat in garter stitch first, and then you'll have the back will be open and the top is open. Then it's a paid for pattern, so I'm not gonna tell you a lot, but then you pick up stitches and you knit in the round, and then you close for the toe. And it's got 3 sizes, so super easy. And really all you need to know is the length of the person's foot, even if you can't try it on them, because the garter stitch heel is very stretchy, so the fit is kind of built in. So you only need to know what the size of the length of their foot is from the heel to the toe. And they're so easy. So I made these 2. And I made these 2. So I'll tell you about the yarn. This is actually a Cascade yarn. Hold on, I've got tags. I thought I was organized, but apparently I was not. Let me see. Oh, do I have it here? I don't. So this was a Cascade 220. I'm not sure. It's a chunky weight. It's actually a little bit chunkier than the worsted. It's like a light chunky. And then this one is a Lion Brand Woolies brand yarn in the colorway Mushroom. I love this yarn. I only have like 50 grams left of it, and I haven't been able to find this color again anywhere. So if anyone has any suggestions, let me know. It's Mushroom in the Lion Brand Woolies. And then these 2 are oh gosh, Patons worsted, 100% wool, both colors. I think this was like a dark, a light charcoal gray and just light gray. Yeah, there's those. And then I've got one done of a smaller size. I think this is like a 7.5. This yarn is Stitch Witch. Knit and, well, hand dyed in New Hampshire, and is a worsted weight 85/15 superwash merino cultivated silk. So really nice. It's a single ply. It says 2 ply, but I think it's a single ply. It looks just like a single ply. And the colorway is Frolic. Very pretty. This is what it looks like in the ball. Those pretty colors. It reminds me of, I'm not really sure, like, at first I didn't like it, but then I started knitting with it, and it's so pretty. I lost the word for what I thought it looked like. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then this color, this yarn here is, actually, I'm sorry. Huh. So this is actually the Stitch Witch color. This is her Gemini in Frolic. So it's, this one is superwash merino and cultivated silk. 100 grams, 215 yards. This is the 2 ply. I thought that sounded funny. And then this one is Malabrigo worsted. Whoops, not doing very good today. In the colorway Petal or 116. Petal B. And this is single ply. They're both lovely. This one's a bit heavier than this, even though this is also a worsted weight. So I made this one with the recommended needle size, but then realized that this is a little too loose. I tried it on my grandson, and so I went down a needle size, and that's, let's see if I can untangle this. The fabric is a little, it's denser, and I'm liking it much better compared to, yeah, I can't really tell, but I'm liking it much better. So anyway, that's that. And I'm really having fun with those. They're super quick. I can get one done in a day and then start working on the other one when the kids are in bed at night. Before I start falling asleep, which is like 10 minutes after I get in bed. Sometimes I have like a cup of tea a little bit later than I usually do, and so I'll stay up for like an hour, which is woo. I get a lot done in an hour. And the next project that I'm working on is this cowl. And there's two patterns here, one for a cowl and one for a neck warmer. I'm doing the neck warmer. I would like to do it as a Christmas present, but I'm not sure if I'll be done with that. It uses a DK weight yarn. I'm using the yarn recommended in the pattern. It is a Miss Babs yarn, her Kaweah base. I'll show you how it's spelled. Where are we here? Yeah. Her Kaweah base, 100% superwash merino wool, in two colorways. The first one is white peppercorn. Look how pretty that is. Such a creamy beige with light gray, yellow undertone. And then the next color is Deep Sea Jellyfish. Look at that. So pretty. That's very accurate. Oh, it's beautiful. It reminds me of holly berries and cranberries. So very Christmassy. And I'm coming along. I only just started it. It is a paid for pattern, by the way. So I actually got the pattern free because if you go on to the, where did I get it from? I did, yeah, if you buy 2 balls of the Kaweah yarn, you get the pattern free. If I have a minute, I don't think that it's on her website that the pattern is free, but I'll have to double check that, and I'll put it in the drop down menu in the notes if I remember. If I don't, please shoot me an email or even a message in the drop down box, and I'll try to get that information for you. I have it saved on my phone, so you'll find that I have sometimes forgetful about things I talk about, and if I don't put it in the notes in the drop down section, please email me. Free to email me at debholzer at yahoo.com, and also message me in the drop down menu because I get very forgetful. My grandsons have a lot of behavior problems, and we go to a lot of appointments and have lots of therapy, and it can be very difficult keeping myself on track because I frequently, I would say almost on a daily basis, I get a phone call or a message from school or from a counselor, excuse me, or from a therapist. A little sip of tea. Because something is going on. Or anyway, I think that's all the knitting content I have for today. I lied. I have one more. Sorry about the crinkling. My mother, I know that none of my family members watch YouTube or knitting videos for that matter. Sorry about that. And she has commissioned me to make 12 Christmas bags. And I don't have a pattern for these. I'm not going to write a pattern for these. I don't have the headspace for that. I don't know how to write patterns. It is just something that I made up to her specifications. And she's commissioned me to make 12. And yeah, most of them are. I'm working on another one, and I've got till Friday to get the number up to 12. So for your perusing, I will show you each one by one. Again, I don't have a pattern for these. That's just basically knitting. I'm knitting a tube, and I keep it open at the top and close it at the bottom, like you'd make the top of a hat. Oop, I gotta pause for a minute.